Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper, again, coming to you from the mobile studio, my 2008 Pilot. I'm smoking the Honey Pot 9mm Devil's Ant, and in it I am smoking 1Q. That's right. Bought it back in July of last year when just before I started presenting, actually. This VR is for Road Glide Sully. 300 sub GAW. Congratulations, Brian. Well deserved. And yes, sir, you have been busy since November 12th. All right, so it's not so much a joke. It's just a story that my dad told me. And I thought I would share it with you. And Brian, hey, if you don't think it's, qualifies, hey, at least I'm taking the time to show you how much I appreciate you, brother. So a little while back, a few videos back, I think when I was, it was my Mother's Day video, and I had mentioned that my parents had a children's home that they started and ran a children's home for 20 years. And this is just a story that my dad shared with me, and I thought, hey, it might be a little entertaining for you. So one Sunday, they had a van. It was a 1-ton van, and they could fit the kids in it, the 3 rows. Good sized van. They were coming back home from church, and this took place in Fabens, Texas, which is a 30-minute drive from El Paso. And then they lived in Tornillo, which is about another 5 miles. So out in the West Texas country, far West Texas country. So anyways, dad pulls up. They need gas, and he thought, hey, let's get it while we're in town, because there's not much of a gas station out in Tornillo. So he pulls up and he's filling up with gas, and he notices a lady in the other pump filling up with gas, and she's struggling with it, and it was a bit windy and stuff's going everywhere. She's getting gas on her. She had one of those long fluffy blouses, and her arms getting soaked as she's trying to get the gas in the car, and so he's trying to help her, but he doesn't want to get in the splash zone of this lady. So he asks her for help. She goes, no, I think I've got it. And she's finishing up. As he's finishing up, filling up the van, and so she goes to leave out Texas 20, and he's pulling in behind her. And Dad wasn't in the lady's car, but the next thing you know, as they get a few miles down the road, is this lady has her arm outside of her car, and she's waving it, and her blouse is on fire. And so she's driving around waving her arm, and then Dad looks in his rearview mirror, and he's got a sheriff coming up on him fast. So he pulls over thinking he was speeding or something. So he pulls over and he pulls right up behind that lady, and she's still waving the arm trying to pull over. And so Dad's watching this going on, and the sheriff gets out and goes up to the lady and almost wants to draw his firearm, and she's still waving that blouse on fire. And he asks the lady to get out of the car. Dad can't believe what's going on. Well, apparently when she went to light her cigarette, her blouse caught on fire. And the sheriff pulled her over for waving a firearm. Imagine that. Garbage Man Piper saying, "Sweet chicken, baby."